Hello, Sugar here, and today we're going to do a comparison and review of this Natsume Yuujinchou figure by Alter. It's one of my favorite figures, and I bought this one shortly after it came out, and then a few years later they released this one with a resculpt, so I'm not sure why they did that, but if someone does know, please let me know down in the comments. So we're going to look at the boxes quickly here. The original box is this one here, and it came like so, with a magnetic flap so that you could see the figure on the inside. Some foliage decoration. The side features an art from the scene. And then the back has a little window so you can see into the figure again. And then this side. And the top just has some more simple design. The bottom, as usual. And then the newer one is this plastic that I'm not too fond of because if you drop it, it can shatter very easily and crack open. But it is nice because you can see the figure very well. So if you're a person who likes to keep your things new in box, this figure might be better for you in the box because you'll get a better look at it. The foliage is a really nice touch on the clear parts. Some art on there. And the background here is also very beautiful. Typical information on the bottom. Same top design. Alright, now let's bring the figures back. So the first thing I notice about the figures is the newer one is quite a bit more vibrant and rich in color. Now it's hard to say that maybe this one has faded over the years, but it has only ever been displayed in my basement, so there's not a lot of sunlight down there. I'm doubting that that's the case. I think it's just part of the resculpt. The other thing that I noticed is his face is quite a bit, Natsume's face is quite a bit different. Nyanko sensei looks like he's been resculpted as well. The base, however, looks, other than the color difference, I would argue it was the same base. I can hardly spot any differences between the bases. Bring them up close so we can get a look at their faces here. Can we get a focus? There you go, you can do it, camera. Alright, so the newer one is this one. And he's got a lot warmer colors. He's got new hair. The original one has more of a cool look. His tones are less rich than the new one. Nyanko sensei is also different. They're two very different sculpts. I would actually say I prefer the older Nyanko sensei to the newer one. They're both very adorable, but there's something about the older one that I just find very cute. And he's round and squishy looking. But as far as the face goes, I prefer the newer one, actually. The older one might be almost more accurate, though. It's really hard to say. I just don't know why they resculpted it, because the old one is still beautiful. If I didn't have a second one to compare it to, I don't know that I'd ever even be worrying about his face sculpt and coloring. And then for this figure, they both feature their little coat does come off, which is always a nice touch. So if you wanted to display them, his is a little sticky. Without the coat, you can. They're very cute. Are there any differences that you notice that I maybe haven't? Are the books the same? They're pretty similar. There's slight differences. Mainly the coloring difference and the face and Nyanko sensei, really. But I don't see these details being worth sculpting a whole new figure for a new release. But I mean, hey, I bought both, so I guess that's what they were going for. They got the money they were looking for out of me anyway. But yeah, so here they are. The two Natsume Yuujinchou Alter figures. That is everything for today. Stay magical and see you next time.